You won't believe the uproar that followed the release of Parabo's private swimsuit pictures online. The intimacy of the photos startled even adult fans. Watch this space as I go over what happened, Piper's response, and why this incident has everyone talking about privacy, permission, and the fine line between creativity and exposure. The story began when a photographer who had worked with Piper on a behind-the-scenes beach campaign tried to sell leftover photos from a stock photo agency. In those photos, Piper was wearing a micro bikini that was so revealing that almost no fabric covered her curves. Interpretation was limited by the design's ultra-thin straps, high-cut bottoms, and delicately knotted top. The initial plan was to produce a happy, carefree, limited edition art book. Such images were not expected to be made public. Within hours of the disclosure, screenshots were flooding fan pages and gossip blogs. Shock was one reaction, followed by "That's way too much, even for adults," "Too she looks gorgeous." Parents were worried that curious children may find the pictures. Longtime fans were divided on whether these images went too far in being too personal. Even if they defended Piper's freedom to artistic expression, suddenly, a private artistic endeavor became a global topic. Major entertainment websites instantly picked up the news. Too exposed, and Parabo's bikini leak sparks outrage were the headlines. Fans became enraged over the star's revealing photos. Talk show hosts talked about privacy in the internet age, while parenting forums suggested using filters and exercising caution. Everyone is curious as to whether a celebrity's personal artwork becomes public knowledge once it is leaked. Piper chose to be open and honest when confronted with the repercussions. In a moving social media post, she explained that the pictures were part of a private art project and were never intended for public consumption. She apologized to anyone who was offended and instructed the hosting websites to immediately take down the images. She stated, "These were not clickbait, they were meant as personal art." She struck a balance between respect for her audience and pride in her artistic vision in her sincere tone. Several websites swiftly adopted this strategy, removing explicit galleries and replacing them with sanitized previews. Some, however, protested, pointing to public interest. Piper's team had to submit formal takedown notices using copyright and privacy laws. Although it was impossible to totally eliminate the internet, each successful removal seemed like a small victory. Nevertheless, supporters commended her for accepting responsibility for the issue rather than escaping, and they welcomed her quick and honest response. In interviews, Piper thought about the more universal lessons. She talked on the importance of using secure file storage, protecting private work, and watermarking photos meant for restricted audiences. If you come across something that feels too personal or invasive, pause before you click share. Additionally, she urged clients to think about sharing before acting. Her candid advice resonated with artists and viewers alike, sparking conversations about respect and responsibility in the digital realm. Simultaneously, social media chatter shifted from rumors to praise. Supporters thanked Piper for her openness and for standing up for creative integrity. Many mentioned their own stories of private messages or photos being leaked and commended her for coming up. In their letters, photographers and other actors showed solidarity, pointing out that even for those who are not in the spotlight, these leaks have become more frequent. If Parabo's story opened your eyes, watch for my next video, in which I'll analyze another celebrity event that sparked global conversation. Please click the like button. Subscribe for more behind-the-scenes looks at Hollywood's biggest surprises. And click the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any updates if this story made you think. We appreciate you watching.